Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a Maelum Caedo build for the Tactical class in Space Marine 2 patch 12.0. Now, this patch has brought us the ultimate balance buff. All the balanced weapons now have a base damage buff and feel way better now. I actually prefer balance in a lot of cases over block because currently in base, their base damage is superior to block without like adrenaline surge charges, which is pretty damn fun to use, and this whole build is kind of like a melee hybrid anyway, so it really fits our playstyle here. So for the perk tree on this, I do take Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Swift Recovery. Heavy attacks restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks: Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, and Stomp. This is already one of the best perks on the blockchain sword, but on the balanced version where you have 7 speed, you get out a ton of heavy attacks on this weapon, and having double CHP recovery on that feels incredible. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, up here into Perpetual Strength again for a 10% melee damage increase, and then I pick up the perk Reverberating Impact. Stomp AoE radius increases by 50%. Having better stomps will help out this build, even though we don't take the perk here Trampling Stride. Next perk here is Combined Onslaught, down here into the perk Heavy Onslaught for more heavy attack damage and light attack damage. And the perk down here is Full Throttle. Now, Full Throttle's charge attack kind of sucks, but the main reason we take this is for the combo skip, and that's why I pretty much pick this up on any build that's not the heroic version. Next perk here is Hard Target, and the final perk is Majora's Slayer for 10% bonus damage against Majora's. This is a pretty standard setup here, though if you want to skip over these two perks, you could go down here for the perk Minora's Slayer and the perk Extremis Slayer, but that is up to you. Now, for my primary weapon here, I do take the ammo reserve option of the fully automatic Bolt Carbine. This is my preferred automatic variant, mainly because you kind of circumvent the 2 accuracy here with the perk Home Precision. This one says equip weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This makes it so your hip fire is far more accurate than your aim down sights, which is really good for this weapon because usually you're very close anyways on this option, and this weapon also has an increased headshot multiplier while within like 10 meters of an enemy, so a really good synergy here. Now, next perk is Headhunter, over here into the perk Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies rapid succession restores health by 10%. This is not too difficult to trigger. I will say it is easier to trigger on things like cultists and spore mines, obviously, but like even against hormagaunts and stuff like that, it will function. Now we go through here into Home Precision, like I said before, and then we go into the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage buff, and the rest of the perks are pretty self-explanatory, with Headhunter for 10% bonus headshot damage, up into Headhunter again, Extended Magazine, Divine Might once again, increased capacity for more ammo, Magazine Restoration for even more ammo on low HP, and the final 2 perks are Adamantine Grip for recoil reduction, and then Divine Might again for a 10% damage buff. Now, if you do want to take the Emperor's Vengeance perk here instead of Emperor's Judgment like I'll be taking, you can pick up the perk Recoupment instead and like skip over these 4 bottom ones. I think the 4 bottom perks here are really good for like your ammo economy and like a little bit of bonus damage, but if you want to go for like a bit of a safer build, you can go up here with like Cleaving Fire, Adamant Hunter into Recoupment, because getting armor back on a headshot is really useful in this weapon even at point blank. So that is up to you. That's pretty much all there is for the Bolt Carbine. Now, for the secondary option, I do take the Retribution's Bequest Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol. This is my favorite secondary in the game currently, besides the Inferno Pistol, but unfortunately the Inferno Pistol is not on the Tactical at the moment, so we're taking this one. The Heroic perk effect is called No Help is Coming. Shooting enemy with the least stream status stops from calling for reinforcements, and headshots will kill in 1 shot. Now, on this build, I am taking Balanced Distribution to give us 15% bonus damage to our primary, but we do lose 15% damage on our secondary, and that's why this Bolt Pistol is so good to me, because we get free insta-kills no matter what. It doesn't matter if we lose 15% damage on this build. It is just a really powerful perk effect, and you actually don't realize how many enemies in Space Marine 2 just call for reinforcements randomly until you play with this and then take it off, so a really good option. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take Divine Might first into the perk Perpetual Penetration. I think the bottom tree here is far better than the top tree options, at least initially, mainly because things like Rapid Health on the secondary here, this kind of sucks. It's way better on a primary, and having more ammo and more damage is far better in my opinion. And we also get one of the best damage perks in the entire tree with Death Strike. After killing a Majora's level or higher enemy in melee combat, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, this is a really nice damage buff for a pretty long uptime. Now, keep in mind, you do have to have your weapon equipped to actually trigger this, and if you swap off your weapon, you will lose the effect, but it will also trigger off a melee finisher on just a melee kill, so better than actually sounds initially. Next perk here is Great Might. up into the perk Discipline. When you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. This perk comes into play pretty much all the time on basically every variant of the heavy bolt pistol, as a matter of fact, it's like the ammo reserve, firepower, or whatever. I just like it on all of them because a 25% buff for just using your gun, that's pretty strong. Next perk here is Strong Finish into the perk Headhunter. Then I pick up Gunstrike Reload for free reloads because we do have a balanced weapon, so gunstrikes are pretty easy to pull off. The next perk I take here is Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage. Non-headshot damage decreases by 10% because headshots are pretty much all that matter on any bolter option in the game until they buff up body shots. Now, for our perk tree here, I do take the buffed perk Balanced Distribution. Your primary weapon deals 15% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 15% less damage. In patch 12, they buff this up from like 10% to 15% on both the positive and negative effects, and it feels way better on bolter options now. You really don't lose too much on your secondary here anyways, though losing any damage here does kind of suck. This is still a great perk for bolter options because 15% damage is pretty substantial. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After your perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you will deal 10% more melee and gunstrike damage, don't lose 12 heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This is one of the best no knockback perks in the game because you just get a free 10% buff to melee and gunstrike damage, and we are a hybrid build here with like battle focus and our chainsword, so having this is a nice option. You could take like Relentless Pursuit or even the perk Versatility if you really wanted to, but on this build, I think this is the overall best option because not getting chain staggered can be pretty nice. Next perk here is Emperor's Judgment. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically, and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. I like this perk a lot when you take a bolt carbine with the ammo reserve option. This weapon is actually very ammo efficient on its own. We build down here into the ammo perks, so taking this is just a free reload and damage buff, and you really don't run out a lot even in solo, so in teams it is even better. Next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all team members. I talk about this perk all the time. I love range damage increases on bolter weapons. I think it makes them feel way better. So having this perk, I think is kind of a no-brainer for me, though I say it every time as well that contested health, or excuse me, not contested health recovery, that is good here, but Secure Stockpile is a god tier perk in this game. So if you want to go for like the ultimate meta build, this is better. I just prefer Aligned Aim because damage is fun. Next perk here is Priority Targeting. The mark from Auspex Scan lasts 8 seconds longer, base 8, but Auspex Scan ignores my Norris level enemies. You could take this or Vital Data, they're both pretty damn good. I just want to like switch it up a bit here today, so I'm taking this one. And next perk here is Battle Focus. A perfect time parry or block, it gives the parried enemy a mark from Auspex Scan. And this has pretty good synergy with the Bolt Carbine because let's say there's a Lictor in your face and you perfect parry them, you'll get an Auspex on them and you just shoot them in the head with your Bolt Carbine. So really good, just get like a free damage buff off on an enemy like 2 feet in front of you. Next perk here is Concentrated Fire. Auspex Scan Zone lasts 60% longer, and enemies marked by the Auspex Scan take an additional 120% damage, but they lose a mark when they leave the scanned area. This perk is pretty much mandatory for me in my opinion, mainly because having a 120% damage buff on your Auspex makes it way more effective, and a longer lasting Auspex also feels really good in this game, and having enemies lose the mark when they leave the scanned area, to be honest, that hardly matters at all to me. We're already applying like free Auspex scans like independent of this on the battle focus anyways, so I think this one's just like a pure value machine. And the other perks up here like Close Targeting and Expert Timing are not like god awful. I just think this one's a bit better. Next perk here is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10-meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is godlike. On a lot of builds for tactical, you don't have like a straight up horde clear AoE explosion. This will one-shot Majoris around you, and that may not sound like it's that good initially on a 90-second cooldown, but it actually winds up saving your life all the time, because being able to blow up an entire Majoris pack in a boss fight when there's like a Carnifex and 5 Sword Warriors around you, that is definitely a good thing to have. So definitely pick this one up. It's by far the best signature perk currently. Now, for the prestige perks here, I do take Acuity for headshot damage because kind of a no-brainer for our Bolt Carbine, Steel Supplier for more ammo, Resilience for more HP from our stims, and the final perk is Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. And that's pretty much all there is for the Maelum Caedo build. I think this build is actually pretty damn fun. The Bolt Carbine in like pretty much every variant is a good option currently in patch 12, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye.
transmitted no authorizations. This is not an ideal route. You must keep moving until the lift arrives. Transport level status. Incomprehensible. Begins, ceases. Begins, ceases. Warpaths never run smooth, but rarely is it this literal. The lift has arrived. Now to the lift.
Right, there we go. Expect Timu or Murab on a Zangor disc as the boss. That might, yeah, that might be it. Might be onto something there, cooking. It could very well be the boss.
Nutrient welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bioresearch Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause. Galio, can you analyze this servant skull? Brilliant. The servant skull is enslaved to an unknown master. Irritant signals. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves. It changes to something. No, the servo skull, brothers. It is clearly malfunctioning. A suggestion: abandon Galio's misguided vendetta against the main biologists. Do you know what Galio and Nutrient achieved together in the past? Ask about Project Zeta-6 if you ever speak to them again. Mere words of a reprogrammed servo skull, nothing more.
Oh, what? Did he move away from it? I just missed it. It's awkward. Very awkward.
I have never encountered a servo skull malfunction like this before. Servo skulls serve the Imperium beyond their lifespan. Remember that, brothers. Secretaries designed this facility to withstand any assault. Walls are nothing to Xenos filth. This is the wrong path. Must turn back.
Hey. Where's blue color was the armor? This is Levidan blue. The Levidan, whatever it was called. At the bottom, that's a DLC one.
That is the biggest Tyranid I have seen. We will get our chance at it, brothers. I was worried you had fallen victim to Mitrian's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Mitrian cannot hope to stand against you alone, so she will lie and stall in hope the Xenos swarm will devour you. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a Trigon application, but give her word zero credibility on official statements. And your own. Status, the facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition, melted charges.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to waste the impact. Was why we paused there. I mean, it's really a waste if you kill the guy.
Without melted charges, we will be overrun. Our strategy hinges on melted charges. Here, a melted charge.
I could have definitely detonated that, but some of the animations you get on the Hormigons for executing them are too fast, and you will take damage. I'm risking it because damage there means we die. via Melta Bomb.
Select preferred method of execution. Decapitation. Desiccation. Eradicate the Xenos crawlways with the melter charges. Drowning. Dissection. Would you like to hear? Place melter charges on the Xenos swarm spots. This is how it is. The thermal power of the Imperium will halt this infestation.
Where's the last one?
Xenos devourer marked. Eradicate the Xenos crawlways with the melter charges. Behind you, where your corpses shall soon rot.
A mile away.
The thermal power of the Imperium will halt this infestation. Place melter charges on the Xenos swarm spots. Hive tunnel destroyed. Caedo knows nothing of the shadow in the wall. Onwards, brothers, towards the objective.
Alright, we're gonna move in here, so they have to come over into the tight corridor for us. That'd be a bit better. Wow, I almost insta-fired that. That's gross.
Inside the facility, you'll find cowering in her data enclave.
Gallia, old friend of mine. If you
Is this Maelum Caedo roleplay? Yes.
you could have sent,
Yes, it is.
I observe you still pathetically cling to thews of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stay from corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have. I must drag you back into the light. When you die, I know you recall your heart and future intimidation. No hope and no brains.
Ooh, more ammo. Gun is very ammo efficient.
Like fresh
That's the best part about it. That and the CHP recovery. Very easy to just like walk around and get all your HP back.
reloading.
No, I can check the relic, whatever. I moved way too fast.
Source of power cells.
It's like it seems like it was the kill, Gallia. You think too highly of me. These poor, inert variables shall perish here, devoured by the Tyranids. And you do not care.
Mitrian shut down power to the aquarium. As we supply the generator with a backup power cell. She hopes the Tyranids will annihilate you, but she underestimates the second company.
Find power cells and restore power. I can do that.
Counter power cell at once.
I can definitely do that in a second once I kill you.
Project Zeta 6.
As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good Grox. Surrender now, and perhaps
I always wonder what happened to the Grox.
This power cell should work. Bring power cells to the generators.
And rage devourers are extremely annoying. You don't like getting one-tapped? Dude, you know, the big issue is that ranged enemies in this game will shoot you at point blank. If they didn't do that, we'd be fine. We'd all be okay. Why there's so many snipers? That balance chainsaw to go, dude. The horde crew on these balance weapons really is kind of peak. Oh, it's quite the sniper corridor of bright red that I couldn't even see their beams in a little bit. Actually, like a crack.
I have a power cell. Bring power to the generators.
Devourer's the most dangerous enemy in the game, in my opinion, followed up by the Soul Reaper Terminators. Soul Reaper Terminators are less dangerous than the melee ones. Melee ones will actually like lock you down. Getting locked down is a lot worse than, I mean, they kind of do that with their miniguns, but getting locked down in the melee combat and frame traps into like a Hellbrute Hammer is way worse on them. Melee Terminators just shoot missiles at you and like occasionally do their minigun that you can stagger. Melee Terminators like actually actively hunt you down.
Disrupt her attempts to connect with our facilities network. Mitrian will seize any opportunity to damage crucial data, which would deem this mission a failure. Do not let her connect to the consoles. Iridian is your safeguard, Megos.
I am copies of copies, backups of backups, and I degrade not. You have already fallen.
Secure that console uplink. Must retreat momentarily. Mitrian's connection is now offline. Return to Mitrian's containment unit. See, Mitrian, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks. These tender clods of Astartes' flesh have accomplished nothing, Caedo. My machinations are already achieving my designs. You are fools, peasants. Science, Mitrian. Brilliant. Confirm possession of her quivering mass of computational gray matter. Caedo's biologist is in Meridian's possession. Pilot, Meridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Meridian.
More cracks like that. We're probably about to get a boss spawn here. Well, I'll clear the horde first, if I can. Oh, this is the balanced performance, man. The spawns this patch were so much more fun. There it is. Alright, I mean, kill out him, that'd be really useful. Okay. Alright, he's gone. This guy's a hard time dropping balls on you here. Risky business. But it all pays off in the end. Oh, and we missed it. Never mind. Oh, no, we got him. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, we got him. Oh, we're so back. Let's peek. Hey. Roller coaster of emotions there. Yes, it was quite riveting, wasn't it? Is there a specific reason your left pauldron is white? Because of the artwork I saw from Maelum Caedo, that's it. That's the only reason. Like. Is Bolt Carbine actually good? It's definitely good. It's a very good Vulture weapon. All the versions are good on it too. The worst one is probably the accuracy variant on the automatic, but both the ×2 headshot and ammo variant on the marksman are really good. And the standard automatic one are really good for the ammo reserve option.
Through one last maelstrom we go. This shooting.
Too powerful. I killed him too fast. I can't even radiant impact him. That's... Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. It was down. I really hope one day you'll be able to see the cooldown on that. Tyranids is so fun to play. Just use cosmetics. True.
Good to go. Got the gear. I cannot land with that burrowing abomination lurking about. Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances and Matrium's meddling code. Trigon vulnerability data pushed to your displays. Meridian, form up and dig in for a fight. Target lock on its vulnerabilities.
Fuck up. What's up, Sturm? Tyranids is the most dynamic class to play. He definitely feels like a post-launch class. You're not wrong. He feels very fun to play. Did a great job on him. He's a lot more interesting to play in the current base game classes, I think. Except for Assault with Wings of Flame now. He's pretty peak. He is pretty peak. Okay, yeah. Thank you, game.
Place melter charges on the Xenos swarm spots. Strike incoming, brothers.
Oh, it's not blocking. Why was I even trying to do that? How do I try to do that? That's tragic. Whoops.
Trigon kill confirmed.
Good enough. You bonehead for the prime.